Hello wonderful people of the internet, my name is Caroline Kihugu. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back, and thank you for the 325 subscribers. I cannot appreciate you enough. Thank you for the comments and for the likes. It is so encouraging. I hope you're doing fine. I hope everything is well. I am well myself. God has been great to me and things have been good, genuinely good. Life is good. Despite the high expenses of things, life is just good. God has been with me. Today, I would like to talk about the scarcity mentality and what it does to your brain. Like, the scarcity mentality sets your brain in a way that you do not think anything you do is your fault. Like, you always blame everything on everyone. Like, you are so perfect according to you, and it's like you never do anything wrong. Like, if you think, okay, let's say, like, for example, right now things are very high, and one with a scarcity mentality feels like, well, I do not have food because the president has hiked the prices of food. Like, I cannot afford this because somebody else did this, so I cannot afford it. Like, you never take a step back and think, you know what, this is actually my fault. I did this, that's why I deserve this. One with a scarcity mentality never feels like they are to blame. They always blame things on to other people or other things. Scarcity mentality makes your brain feel like you do not deserve something good happening to you. Like, okay, like for example, you feel like okay, I can only do this kind of job. Well, that kind of job is for somebody else. I only deserve this much. Well, it gets to a certain point, then I do not deserve that. But then when you start practicing an abundance mentality, you start believing, you know what, actually I deserve that. Actually, I've worked hard for that, so I deserve it. I've been in school for so long, so I deserve to get this job. I have practiced for so long, so I deserve to win this. But then when you have the scarcity mentality, even when things you've worked hard for happen to you, you do not feel like you deserve them. It's time you start practicing the abundance mentality. Once you have a scarcity mentality, you're always jealous of other people's achievements, and you feel like so and so did not deserve that. I'm better than so and so, but then they're getting so and so. And they say jealousy is another form of witchcraft. So if you know you're jealous of other people's achievements, know that you're exactly a witch. Simple as that. And once you have a scarcity mentality, you feel, okay, your brain tends to react to, you know what, we are kind of competing. You know what, how can this person do this better than me? Like, your brain is set in a way that you feel like you're in a competition while nobody else is in a competition with you. So start practicing self-abundance and leave the scarcity mentality behind. You're better than that. Another thing about scarcity mentality is you're entitled to other people's way of living. Like, so and so is only rich because their parents are rich. So and so got into that space because their relatives are rich and their relatives are connected. So and so only did so because of this and this. Once you have a scarcity mentality, you are not happy about yourself. Tell me anybody who is doing better than you, either financially, mentally, or any other way, and they are constantly onto your case. People doing better than you, people doing better will always encourage you to do better. because they do not want anybody in their circle pulling them down. But then the only people who are doing worse than you are the only ones who will fight you over and over and over again. Start practicing to be happy about yourself, and you will be happy for other people. When you have a scarcity mentality, you feel like people are showing off. Like if somebody bought a new car, kilinunua gari na pesa ya loan. Ndakuta tuonyeshe. When somebody is building a new house or moved into a bigger and new house, sini pesa yetu, sini kuiba ameiba, that person stole that money. And no, people are working hard out here. So come out of that scarcity mentality and start practicing the abundance mentality. Once you have a scarcity mentality, you do not, or your brain is set in a way that you do not believe things can be done. Like, let's say for example, a road is very bad and we as a community decide, let's work into making this road better. And if you have a scarcity mentality, you start thinking, it cannot be done, we do not have the resources, we do not have what. And when everybody thought about it, they knew that we will need the resources, we will need everything else. So the only thing you need maybe to chip in is the labor. Come with tools, come with what you'll be using, and when you chip in a little, the person chips in a little, then together you make it better. But then when you have a scarcity mentality, you will never believe that something can be done. Even when we say, tomorrow we are going to the ocean, then you will have the excuse, but then how do we go to the ocean? We do not have a car, we do not have money, we only said we are going to the ocean. Do you even know if we had the rest covered? But then you're already complaining. Stop that scarcity mentality and start practicing abundance mentality. Lastly, when you have a scarcity mentality, then chances are you will feel sad and sorry about yourself all the time, or most of the time. And this is because your brain is already functioning in a scarcity mentality, and because your brain already processed that you are not enough, you do not have enough, you cannot do enough, then actually the brain transfers the rest into the rest of the body. And whenever you want to do, even if you have the will, then your body is not in the mood, your body is not willing to do it, and not much happens and not much goes on. So if you want to have much going on in your life, then you have to start practicing abundance mentality. So let's stop feeling so small and actually start realizing that, you know what, it's okay, I do not know everything, it's okay, I do not have everything covered, but I am good at this and I can do this. It is possible. If other people are doing it, then why not me? It is possible. It is possible. Start feeding your mind with positive energy. And something else you need to know is, if you are around 10 people who act in scarcity mentality, trust me, there is no way you will move out of that scarcity mentality. And if you work with people who practice abundance mentality, you will be the next person to practice abundance mentality. I am lucky to have been brought up in a family where I believed in myself. In as much as I've been fighting with so much, the anxiety and all that, mostly as an adult, as a child, I was brought up in a family where I knew the sky is the limit. My dad taught us to be anybody. From a young age, he taught us that we can do anything. And this is something that parents will transfer to their children. Like there was this story that every time the kid asked the mom for something, the mom would respond, hatuna pesa, we do not have money for that. And that's what the kid kept feeding her mind with. And one point the aunt to the kid called the aunt and called the kid and asked the kid to go visit her. And the kid responded with, auntie, pengine wewe ukuje, mom hananga pesa. And the aunt was so surprised with that because this kid was too young to even understand that. And after viewing and looking deep into the situation, she realized that it is something the kid was fed. So that's the only thing the kid knows. Mom never has money. We do not have money. We cannot afford that. Certain things are for certain people. Only the rich can do this. Only people with better health can do this. And the aunt had to start for building confidence in the kid. The aunt had to start telling the kid that, you know what, maybe mom doesn't have money right now, but she will have it at some point, or she has it at some point, or maybe mom has money, but then it is just enough for this and this. So it is not that you do not have money, it's not that you are poor, it's just that what your mom has can only afford the bare minimum. But then the kid is too young to understand all that. So when at some point I learned that kids feed on what they are being fed. And that's what most of us learn. That's why people prefer to go bring up their kids in certain neighborhoods or in certain schools, because in certain school or in certain neighborhoods, they know that in as much as I am trying to teach my kid to live in a certain way, the neighbors, the surrounding has an effect on the kid. Like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. So no matter how much you want to instill better education in your child, sometimes the environment surrounding him or her takes a toll in your kid's life. When you start taking initiative to change your life, then your brain functions towards getting that dream done. If you believe that by the end of the month I need to have this, then in as much as you might not have it by the end of that month, but then you will discover that you'll be so close to achieving it because your brain is set to function in that way. I hope I'm making sense. So my people, my community, let's start functioning in an abundance community. Let's stop blaming everybody for what is happening or for what is not happening. Let's ask ourselves, what part am I playing to making this thing as it is? What part have I been playing for this to be happening as it is? If my life is not going better, do I call for the politicians to put my life in order? No. I need to start taking initiative more for my own life. I need to make an effort to change my own life. And if somebody else sees that I'm working hard to change my life, then maybe they can come in. And if not, I can help other people build that is they want to build, because I've been there and I knew the importance of practicing abundance mentality. I knew the importance of doing this and this, and maybe I can hold their hand so that they do not have to go through the long way. I hope I'm making sense. There are so many things that scarcity mentality has an effect to anybody, and I do not want this video to be so long. So comment below if whatever I've been posting is beneficial and you have not already subscribed. Kindly help me get to 1,000 subscribers. let me know that we are growing this channel to something bigger and better. And if there is any topic you'd like to catch up, and if there is anybody you would like for me to bring into the show, comment below and we will see and work towards it. Till next time, bye.